Over the weekend, we had Rob Font versus Marlon Vera on the UFC Fight Night card. Very exciting fight. I really enjoyed that one. I just want to make this quick video to explain to what I thought the difference was from rounds 1 and 2 to rounds 3, 4, and 5. Now, the momentum seems to shift at the end of the second round, right around the point where Rob Font gets caught with a left hook and he gets dropped, and Vera pounces on him and really steals the end of that round. It's actually interesting to think about. I'm not sure how I'd be very interested to have a look at the judges' scorecards on that one, because Rob Font to me was winning that whole round. He was boxing beautifully and landing a lot more shots throughout that round. But Vera has a big moment at the end of the round. So I'd be so interested to see what the judges scored that, whether they give it to Font because of his activity and being successful, or whether they give it to Vera because he had that big moment at the end of the fight. So I'd be super interested to see how the judges scored that round. To me though, the difference was the jab. To me, that was what made the momentum change from rounds 2 and 3, going from in the favor of Font to in the favor of Vera. In the first 2 rounds, Vera almost throws no jabs. Like, I was sort of looking in the second round, he throws so little jabs. In fact, he doesn't throw all that many shots, but to me, that's due to the fact that he's not landing his jab. He's not utilizing that jab to establish his distance and control. Font, on the other hand, uses the jab beautifully. The first 2 rounds especially, even rounds 3, 4, and 5, he still uses that jab quite well. But Vera's jab is harder, and he seems to be having the bigger, more damaging blows of the two, which ends up, it really, like, he takes the momentum due to the fact that he's hurting Font more with his shots. So a lesson to learn from it is really, you have to develop your jab. If you want to be a striker, look, you don't have to. There's guys like Mike Tyson who got away with it, but you got to remember Mike Tyson was always fighting bigger guys, taller guys. So the jab in his case isn't as applicable, because his game is to get past the jab rather than to throw the jab. So you can't use him as an example for most fighters. But if you're generally going to be fighting guys similar sort of height to you, then you have to get that jab right. That just establishes everything else. The right hand comes off the back of a nice jab. You know, it stops your opponent from attacking you when they come in, because you put a jab in their face. It sets up a nice range for your combinations to just flow. To me, it's the most important punch in boxing. And I used to hear that and always think, oh, that's just a bit of a cliche. But the more experienced I get, and the more I'm coaching, and the more I'm training and fighting, I 100% agree. The jab is the most important punch in boxing. So guys, let me know what your thoughts were, how you enjoyed the fight, whether you agree or disagree with me. Chuck it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video.